from Feely Field in Harrison. We're moments away from kickoff in this big football game between Rye and Harrison. We see the Harrison band coming out onto the field. The players are out in the center of the field for the coin toss as we speak. This first game between Rye and Harrison was held in 1929, a game won by Harrison by a score of 13-7. The first Rye victory in 1933 on this same field by a score of 12-7. There was a riot at the end of the game when the Rye fans ripped down the goalpost. There was a 3-year stoppage due to that riot, and the game finally resumed in 1937. Rye has won 4 in a row on several occasions in this series. It's been a streaky series. Between 1942 and 1945, Rye won 4 straight, all shutouts. They won also 4 in a row between 51 and 54, between 56 and 59, and between 83 and 86. Harrison has won the last 6 games played between these two squads. Several of them have been very close, gone down to the waning seconds of the ball game. Harrison won 8 in a row between 1975 and 1982. That streak was broken by a Rye team in 1983 when Mike Goldstein returned a kickoff 100 yards, leading the Garnets to a 24-6 victory. The all-time series is led by Harrison. Harrison has won 35 times, Rye 26. There have been 3 ties, the last being in 1968, a 6-6 tie also on this field. There have been 2 occasions where Harrison victories have ended Rye 33-game winning streaks. On Thanksgiving Day in 1955, the Huskies, with a last-second win, 13-12 over the Garnets, ended a 33-game streak. Rye, at that time, coached by Ben Bedini. Also in 1960, on this field, another 33-game winning streak was ended by the Huskies over the Garnets when they won 13-7. Rye had the ball first and goal on the Harrison 1 and was stopped 4 consecutive plays in the closing seconds of the ball game. Artie Troilo and Dino Gar, the coaches of these 2 respective teams, both played for their alma maters and are now coaching them. Artie Troilo is in his 11th year as the Harrison coach. The Huskies come into this game with a record of 6-0, and Artie has an overall coaching record of 60 wins, 33 losses, and 1 tie. Last week, the Huskies defeated Dobbs Ferry by a score of 42-0. The last 3 years, Harrison has been led by the spectacular David Beitler, who is now at Colgate. That's the good news for Garnet fans. The bad news is there's a very worthy successor in Ralph Salvaderi, number 20, who is the #1 rusher in Westchester County. So the Harrison band is going to play our national anthem. That was the Harrison Husky Marching Band. We're moments before kickoff. Rye won the toss and elected to defer, so Harrison will receive the football. There's an old axiom in sports that the most exciting moment in sports is when they dim the lights for a heavyweight championship fight at Madison Square Garden. But for anybody associated with this long series between Rye and Harrison, I think when they line up for the opening kickoff, can match that moment anytime, any day, any place. So these players are ready for the ball game. Both teams had pep rallies last night, bonfires. This Rye team comes into the game as a 15-point underdog. Don't believe a word of it. This should be a close, hard-hitting football game. Rye has played some outstanding teams this year, come up a little short a few times, won against some very good teams. Harrison is 6-0. They have been running the football. Number 20, Ralph Salvaderi, the transfer from Pelham, is the leading rusher in Westchester County. His fullback will be number 21. That's Sam Maldonado, a freshman. Sam Maldonado, who some people feel will break all of David Beitler's records here at Harrison High School. We told you Coach Artie Troilo was an all-time great Harrison running back. His father, Art Troilo Sr., was head coach before him, also athletic director at Harrison. And Art Troilo Sr. was a very good football player at Syracuse University, and as it turned out, was a starting running back for Syracuse, injured a leg and was replaced in the lineup by another good football player, a guy by the name of Jimmy Brown, who went on to be what some people consider to be the best running back in the history of professional football with the Cleveland Browns. So a lot of tradition, a lot of stories affiliated with this great series. Rye is lining up for the kick. Number 14, Chris Feeney, will kick off for Rye. As we see the Garnet kickoff team take the field, number 41 for Harrison, Richie Salerno, also number 24, Don Morisco, back for the Huskies. It's a squibber, and it's going to be covered by Sammy Maldonado. Maldonado is going to be hit hard by number 50, Rob Corrado, and tackled as he gets to the 36-yard line. So Rye will go on defense. Okay, here comes Harrison out of the huddle. Number 12, Frank Canonico, the junior, will be the Harrison quarterback.
Bingo, bingo. The other side, Tortosa.
Harrison in the I formation. Canonico wants to throw right away. Throws to Basso, number 7. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. There is a flag down. It looks like it could be a legal procedure against Harrison. Let's wait a minute and find out what the call is. So Harrison, a running team, comes out passing on the first play. It is a legal procedure against the Huskies. So that's going to negate about a 6-yard gain by Harrison, setting up 1st and 15. Going to set up a 1st and 15 at the 33 for the Huskies of Harrison. That's going to be Ralph Salvaderi. Salvaderi is going to be stopped after a gain of about 1. That was Vinny Merlino, number 22, on the tackle. So 2nd and, let's call it 13 for the Huskies. This is usually a game where the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, turnovers, penalties, will come out on top. Coach Tom Maloney told me earlier in the week that the last 3 years, Rye has turned the ball over 11 times to Harrison, and Harrison has only turned it over once. That's going to be another penalty against the Huskies. So early in this ball game, it's the Huskies that are making mistakes. That'll set up 2nd and 18. So Coach Artie Troilo doesn't like that. Field position is also very important in a big football game. Here's a counter. Salvaderi. Oh no, that was the freshman Maldonado. He went nowhere. No running room thus far for the Huskies, as that's going to set up 3rd and about 18. A lot of people around both communities don't think that the Garnets have a chance in this football game today, but several of the Rye scouts who have seen the Huskies play think the Garnets can hang tough with this Harrison team today. It would be a major upset. We're only a few minutes into this ball game. Harrison with number 7 flanked out to the left, Joe Basso. They're in the I formation. And here comes Salvaderi. Salvaderi was hit, bounces off a few tackles. I think he lost the football. Let's see. Rye recovered the ball, but he may have been ruled down. It looked like big number 76, Spillane, for Rye recovered the football, but he may have been ruled down by contact. That's going to set up 4th and 13. Number 4 for the Huskies, Mike Fiorentino, will kick. We saw him kick last week. An excellent place kicker and punter for the Huskies. There's the snap. It's a good one. Oh, and that one's going to be off the side of Fiorentino's foot. It's going to take a Harrison bounce and roll dead at about the 35-yard line. So, excellent opening defensive series by the Rye Garnets, and the offensive unit will come on the field. Let's give you the starting offensive unit for Rye. The ends will be Dan Marrera, number 21, Freddie Davis, number 85. The tackles will be Carlos Martinez and Brian Spillane. The guards, Rob Corrado and Fabiano Pino, and the center will be Mike Wasson. Rye comes out in the I formation. Willie Elmore is the quarterback. Elmore is going to take the snap, hand off to Joe Torregrossa. Joe Torregrossa still on his feet, has a gain of about 5 yards. So positive play for the Garnets on 1st down. Joe Torregrossa, the fullback, took that ball for 5. The tailback is number 22, Vinny Merlino, and the wingback is Pon Ampha, number 32. So that's the Garnet offense. The Garnets ran the ball well last week against Sleepy Hollow. 2nd and a long 5 for Rye, and Merlino will get the ball. Merlino, well, looks like he has almost enough for a 1st down. Gain of almost 6 for Vinny Merlino. Once again, the Garnets, like last week in Sleepy, running over that right side. Okay, 3rd and 1 for the Garnets. Handoff is going to go to Torregrossa. Torregrossa is going to have a 1st down, and Rye moves up close to midfield. So Rye running it right up the gut, right at Harrison. Number 54 for Harrison, that was Randy Turso, went on the tackle. Here's Vinny Merlino, this time running left, and he's going to be ridden down by Joe Bisbano, number 70. Outstanding defensive lineman for the Huskies. Joe Bisbano stops Vinny Merlino about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So that's going to set up 2nd and, let's call it 11. So Rye with a little different look. Here comes Merlino. This time he tries the left side again, and he's going to have about a 1-2 yard gain. This time he's going to be ridden down by number 43, Tino LePaine, the junior linebacker for the Harrison Huskies. So 3rd and 9 for Rye. We're down to 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Elmore fakes the handoff. And that one was intended for Joe Torregrossa. Broken up by number 61 for the Huskies. That was Dante Mello. And that's going to set up 4th down for Rye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you that Harrison Board of Education policy prohibits smoking anywhere on school grounds. We thank you for your cooperation. No smoking, please.
So 4th and 9 for Rye. Number 20, Salvaderi, back for the Huskies. He's going to field the line drive, and he's going to be tackled right away by number 72, Fabiano Pino. So the ball's going to be back at the 27. Okay, 1st and 10, Harrison from their own 27. Canonico, the quarterback, looks to throw out to Basso. Basso is going to have about 5 yards before the tackle was made by number 35, Joe Tropiano, and also Vinny Merlino. So gain of about 4. So 2nd and let's call it 7 for Harrison. They have to get the ball out to about the 37-yard line to make a 1st down. Ball is at the 30. So Harrison throwing the football on 1st down. This time Basso goes in motion. And it's going to be an option by Canonico. Canonico is going to look to turn it back up. A couple of Garnets missed tackles, and Canonico gets the ball out to about the 35, setting up 3rd and a long 2 for Harrison. Make that 3rd and 3. Excellent pursuit by the Garnet defense. Canonico wanted to turn that one outside. He was forced to cut back in. So a big defensive play for Rye. Field position so important in this ball game. Rye would like to force a punt. This time Canonico wants to throw. Looks like he wants to throw deep, and it's through the hands of Basso, number 7. And Canonico was hit by Scott Maroney as he released the ball. 4th down for the Huskies. So this big offensive juggernaut of Harrison has not gotten started yet. Once again, number 4, Mike Fiorentino for the Huskies, is back to punt.
Go back, go back.
Back for the Garnets, number 35, Joe Tropiano, and number 22, Vinny Merlino. This time it's a high kick. It's going to be fielded by Merlino. Merlino looks to make a move inside. He's going to have the ball out to the 35. So the Garnets are once again in pretty decent field position at the 35-yard line. Nice punt by Mike Fiorentino. And the Garnets will get the football for the 2nd time. There's 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter from Feely Field in Harrison. My name is Jim Diani. I'm joined by Ron Prada, who is working the camera once again. There goes Ponampa, a scissors play. And Ponampa's going to have a nice gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Frank Canonico, the quarterback and defensive back for the Huskies, makes the stop. Let's call that a 5-yard gain.
Second and 5 at the 41.
So the ball's at the 41-yard line. Garnets have to get just past midfield to get a first down. Here's Joe Torregrossa. Torregrossa's going to have a short gain before he's stopped. That was number 41 for the Huskies. That was Rich Salerno in on a tackle. Gain of about, let's call it 1.5. That's going to set up 3rd and 3 for the Garnets. This time Ponampa's going to get the ball, and Ponampa is going to have a first down. So it's been the Garnets who've been moving the football a little bit in the ball game against this stingy Harrison defense. So first down for the Garnets. This morning we had the pleasure of watching the Rye junior varsity team defeat Harrison by a score of 14-8. So congratulations to the Rye Garnets junior varsity squad who won big this morning. Elmore goes back to pass, and he looks to throw. Elmore is going to probably be dragged down, and he will be dragged down by number 61, Dante Mello. So that's going to be a loss of about, let's call it 8 yards. Dante Mello got a hold of Willie Elmore's shirt and wouldn't let go. Elmore was looking for a receiver, but it didn't look like there was anybody open on the play. So 2nd and 17 at the 39-yard line. Here comes Merlino. Vinny Merlino has got about 7 of those yards back. That'll set up 3rd and about 10 for the Rye Garnets. Make that 3rd and 11. So a gain of 6.5 yards by Merlino. 3rd and 11. Garnets line up in the eye. Elmore looks deep, and he's going to throw incomplete, intended for Joe Torregrossa, number 7. Once again, Elmore was rushed. He stepped up and released the football, and that's going to set up 4th down for Rye. Once again, the deep man for Harrison will be Ralph Saldiveri, the leading rusher in Westchester County. Scott Tillis back in punt formation for the Garnets. Scott Tillis will get off a line drive away from Salvaderi, and it's going to roll dead on about the 27-yard line. So Harrison will take over the football, and we're going to take a break with 31 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the score, Harrison nothing, Rye nothing. First and 10, Harrison. Harrison in the eye. Salvaderi with a hole. Salvaderi is going to be hit and stopped. Joe Torregrossa, number 7, made the first contact. About a 4-yard gain for Ralph Saldiveri. And that whistle will signify the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one from Feely Field in Harrison, the score is still 0-0. Okay, as the action resumes, it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Huskies. Canonico gives to 21, Sam Maldonado. Sam Maldonado, the outstanding freshman, is going to have the first down for the Huskies. First and 10 for Harrison. The ball is just across the 45 in their own territory. This time Salvaderi's going to get the football, and Salvaderi's going to run hard and have about 8 yards over the right side. Good blocking by the right side of the Harrison line on that play. Number 55 for Harrison, Alex Tavares. Number 64 for Harrison on that side is Brian Castagna. So Harrison in the I formation, 2nd and a short 3. Maldonado, the freshman, is going to be ankle tackled by Vinny Merlino as he gets another Harrison first down. The ball's going to be down to about the 41-yard line. Once again, Harrison in the eye. Salvaderi looks to cut back, and he's going to have some difficulty, but he's going to gain about 3 yards. Second and 7 for the Huskies as they've moved into Garnet territory for the first time in the ball game. 10 minutes left to go in the first half. No scoring thus far in the ball game. Once again, Joe Basso split out to the left. This time, Salvaderi is almost tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and Salvaderi is going to elude a couple of right tacklers and run forward and get another Harrison first down. So number 77, Reno Lapori, busted in and almost tackled Salvaderi about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but Salvaderi turned it into about a 12-yard run. So it's going to be first and 10 Harrison from the 28-yard line. So Harrison moving deep into right territory for the first time in the ball game. This time Canonico wants to throw, and he's going to be sacked. Number 50, Rob Corrado, came right in and tackled Salvaderi for about a 5-yard loss. So big defensive play for the Garnets. Rob Corrado is one of the Rye captains. This time it's going to be Salvaderi. Salvaderi is going to be tackled. He's going to have about 3. And that's going to set up 3rd and make it 13. Oh, 2-yard gain by Ralph Salvaderi. Salvaderi has been the type of back that pounds away at you and gets some big gainers in the ball game. 3rd and 13. Let's see if Canonico throws or gets the ball to Salvaderi. He's going to fake it to Salvaderi, roll out to his right. He's going to throw to number 43. That's Tino LePain. And Tino LePain is going to have the ball out close to a 1st down, but short. The ball's going to be down to the 20, so it's going to set up a 4th down for Harrison. 4th and, let's call it, 2 for the Huskies. So the Rye defense will be tested on this play. Once again, Basso split to the left. It's going to be an option by Canonico. Canonico is not going to have the 1st down. It doesn't look like. Let's see where they spot the ball. And it looks like it's going to be Rye football. So it is. It's going to be Rye football. The Garnets, with a great defensive stand here with 7:54 left to go in the 1st quarter, have gotten the ball back. This Harrison team has only been tested a couple of times this year. They've won a lot of one-sided decisions. The only close wins over Peekskill and Tappan Zee. All the rest of the games have been blowouts. Joe Torregrossa is still on his feet. And Torregrossa is going to have about 2 yards. That's going to set up 2nd and 8 for Rye. The ball's going to be out at about the 21-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Garnets of Rye. And Vinny Merlino is going to get the ball. Vinny Merlino is going to have a short gain. He's going to have a gain of about 3. And that's going to set up 3rd and 5 for Rye. This Harrison defense is very quick. They're big on the line of scrimmage. They have some outstanding linebackers. And they keep the starting running backs in as safeties. So third and 4 for Rye. Merlino's going to fake a handoff, and he's going to throw deep. And it's going to be through the hands of Ponampa. Ponampa almost had that ball all the way down the 32-yard line. It was right on the money. Good throw by Willie Elmore. Looked like there was a little contact. Joe Basso was the defender, number 7. And it looked like Ponampa may have gotten a little push. But the Garnets will have to give the ball back. 6:25 left to go in the first half from Feely Field in Harrison. Rye will try to draw Harrison offside. They won't do it. And Scott Tillis will get off the kick. It's going to be a good one, and it's going to take a Rye bounce. And the ball will be down, all the way down at the 25-yard line. So Salvaderi made an intelligent choice not to try to field that ball, but it took a Rye hop. And that was a great punt by Scott Tillis, about 48 yards on the punt, no return. No, he didn't. Not up here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Harrison. Frank Canonico, the quarterback. Once again, Sammy Maldonado, the fullback, and Ralph Salvaderi is the tailback. There's Salvaderi. Salvaderi with no running room. Spillane and Reno Lapori are the tackles. We see the Garnet defense spread out a little bit. And this time Salvaderi will get the ball again, and Ralph Salvaderi still with nowhere to run. Salvaderi has been held in check by this Garnet defense. And it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Harrison Huskies. Seven for Harrison. This time Canonico is going to fake, and the pass is going to be defended very nicely by Danny Morera, number 21, intended for number 43, Tino LePayne, the tight end for Harrison. So Rye will get the ball back, and they should have good field position. Harrison's going to be punting from their own 28-yard line. Tell Merlino he's back too far. Once again, Vinny Merlino, 22, and Joe Tropiano back deep. It's going to be a short punt, and it's going to take a Rye bounce this time. And Rye will get the ball on the Husky side of the field at the 49-yard line with 4:36 left to go. So the Garnets have great field position to start a drive. Coach Dino Gar and his staff, Coach Tom Maloney. Coach Peter Panagos would love to see the Garnets get on the board here in the waning moments of the first half. It's been a very quickly played first half. A couple of penalties in the opening minutes, but other than that, no penalties in the game. Elmore's going to hand off to Torregrossa, and Torregrossa is not going to have much place to run. Randy Turso, number 54, on the stop for the Huskies, assisted by number 75. That's C.J. Lambiese. So, 2-yard gain for Joe Torregrossa. 2nd and 8. Corrado replaces Black on the play for the Garnets, and it's going to be Vinny Merlino who's going to run up to the line, and Merlino's only going to have about a yard. C.J. Lambiase also in on the tackle, another play, so let's call that a loss of 1. That's going to set up 3rd and 9 for Rye. Nice crowd filling in here at Eugene Feely Field in Harrison. There looks to be about, let's call it 4,500 people on hand. This time Elmore's going to pitch to Merlino. Merlino just can't shake that last tackler, but he's going to have about 3, and that's going to set up 3rd and 7, or 4th and 7. Number 43, LePayne, in on the tackle for the Huskies. So that's going to be 4th and 6. 2:50 left to go in the first half. So Rye lining up to go for it. And it's going to be a little sweep and swap action. Nobody open. Freddie Davis was the intended receiver, and the ball's going to be incomplete. And Harrison will take over with real good field position on the 44-yard line. So Rye went for it on 4th down, 4th and 6. The Garnets ran a sweep and swap pass play, and Elmore's pass intended for Freddie Davis was incomplete. So Rye is pulling out all the stops. The Huskies have plenty of time to work here with 2:25 left to go. This time 21, Sam Maldonado was the only running back for the Huskies. And Sam Maldonado is going to be hit as soon as he gets the ball. But Sam Maldonado is going to break about 4 tackles. The outstanding freshman running back, Sam Maldonado.
That kid's unbelievable.
The 2nd and 8 for Harrison after the 2-yard gain by Sammy Maldonado. It's going to be a pitch to Salvaderi. Salvaderi is going to get wrapped and thrown for a loss. So Ralph Salvaderi, who's been rushing the ball for 200 to 300 yards every game, is unsuccessful so far in this ball game against the Garnets. The Garnets have really held him in check, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 11. There's about 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Both teams playing excellent defensive football. This is a throwback to some of the old games of the 60s and 70s when the scores were low, and Salvaderi's still fighting for yardage. He's going to have a 1st down. Clock continues to run as Ralph Salvaderi has a 12-yard run and picks up a Harrison 1st down. So the ball is still out at about the 44-yard line. I'm sure Coach Dino Gar doesn't really mind a 10-yard run here. His time expires here in the first half. The Garnets don't want to give up a big play in the air. There he goes again. There goes Ralph Salvaderi. Once again, Salvaderi's going to have a gain of about 4. But not too much running room for Ralph Salvaderi. There's 33 seconds on the scoreboard clock. And Harrison's going to take a timeout, and so will we, with no score in the ball game. We'll be right back after a quick timeout. Okay, 2nd and 7 for the Huskies from the Rye 40. This time Canonico goes back to throws, got some time. He looks deep, and that's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, number 21, Sam Maldonado. Good coverage by the Rye defense. That was Merlino, number 22. So that'll set up 3rd and 7. We're down to 27 seconds on the scoreboard clock. We're not sure if the clock is official. We do not see an official in the booth across the way, so it's got to be pretty close to being correct, but there's 27 seconds on the clock, 3rd and 8. Watch out for the counter, and it's going to be a straight hail. Salvaderi is going to be hit right away. Once again, great defense by the Garnets. That was, let's see who that was for the Garnets. That was Brian Spillane. Brian Spillane's made some outstanding tackles on the game. 4th and 9 for Harrison, and that's going to be the end of the first. Is that going to be the end? It's going to be a timeout for Harrison. So Harrison called timeout. 4th and 9 with 2 seconds left to go on the clock. So they'll have enough time to throw a pass deep into the end zone. Once again, no score here in the first half. 4th down. This will be the last play of the first half, unless there is a penalty. Nobody back deep for Harrison. Harrison with 4 men on the right side. Canonico's going to put it up, and it's going to be intended for Basso and go incomplete. So, great first half of football for this Ride defense. And we're going to end our call of the first half with no score in the ball game. We're looking at the Rye High School cheerleaders, ladies and gentlemen, and they're doing a little halftime skit for this big crowd, and I'm going to give you their names now. They've done an outstanding job all season. Their advisor is Maxine Gleason, and their names are Latoya Anderson, Danielle Pennebrae, Amanda Koza, Carmen de Graffenfried, Vicky DePaulis, Alexis Gleason, Colleen Jones, Lorena Mejia, Rebecca Nurek, Lorena Parado, Monique Ricketts, Nikki Ricketts, Jamie Saraceno, Amy Sakinoff, Kiki Taylor, and Glenn Yedowitz. So those are the Rye High School cheerleaders. We heard the Rye High School jazz band playing for the cheerleaders. And we're going to give you a quick shot when Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're now looking at the Harrison High School Marching Band. Very, very big contingent of band members, majorettes, twirlers. This is just a gorgeous afternoon here in Harrison. It's about 72 degrees out, hardly a cloud in the sky. Those of us who have been following this series through the years can remember some snowy days and rainy days and muddy days, and this weather is just beautiful. Both of these teams will be playing again next week. Harrison is already qualified for the Class B playoffs. They are the second-seeded B team in Section 1, where I will be playing a game against a team yet to be determined. And if they win that one, they could possibly have a game the following week. So plenty of football left to be played in this 1996 high school season. We told you before we estimated the crowd to be in the vicinity of about 4,500, possibly 5,000 people. It's been a hard-hitting defensive football game, reminiscent of some of the ball games played in the earlier decades of this series. No score in the ball game. Again, we're going to congratulate the Rye Junior Varsity Garnets, who defeated Harrison this morning by a score of 14-8. Harrison scored on a long run about a minute or two into the ball game. After that, it was all Rye. The first Rye touchdown was scored by Bill Moore, and the game stayed at 8-6 for a long time. After Tommy Besh from Rye intercepted a pass late in the ball game, Will Nixon scored the winning touchdown with about 2 minutes left to go, and the Garnets came away with a hard-fought 14-8 victory. So the Rye Middle School team has been improving each week. They have a couple of wins under their belt. They lost a close game to Harrison. We can see, as we're up on our platform here, that neither of the teams has left. We're getting set for the second half kickoff. Harrison will be kicking off, Rye will be receiving, the Garnets will be going from left to right. We can see Rye is wearing their road uniforms, black helmet with red Garnets on the side, white jerseys, red numerals with black trim, black pants with white and red stripes. The Huskies in their traditional maroon and white jerseys with white pants, maroon stripe, and these traditional powers will play 24 minutes of this second half, and whoever makes the big play or doesn't make the mistake will come out the winner of this football game. This game will not end in a tie. Section 1 uses a playoff system. If neither team scores or the score is tied at the end of regulation, and overtime ensues where each team puts the ball in play from the other team's 10-yard line and has 4 downs to do what they can with the football. So we'll talk about that later if that situation develops. Fiorentino with a high kick. It's going to go to Pon-Ampha. Pon-Ampha with a little running room, and he's going to almost break out of the pile, but a pretty good return. Good coverage by Harrison, but Pon-Ampha almost came out of the pile there. He got the ball out to the 27-yard line where Rye will put the ball in play. We saw last week against Dobbs Ferry. Dobbs Ferry was getting pinned very deep in their own end of the field after Harrison kickoff. So a high booming kick by Mike Fiorentino. Pon-Ampha returns it, and we're ready for the first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. Willie Elmore is going to hand off to Vinny Merlino. Vinny Merlino tries to step over a tackle. He's going to gain about 3. He's going to be tackled by number 70, Joe Bisbano. And we're going to give you the starting Rye offensive unit once again. The ends are Morera and Freddie Davis. The tackles are Carlos Martinez and Brian Spillane. The guards are Rob Corrado and Fabiano Pino. And the center is Mike Wasson. Willie Elmore is the quarterback. Vinny Merlino, the tailback. Joe Torregrossa, the fullback. And the wingback is Pon-Ampha. And second and about 7. This time, a little counter. Pon-Ampha looks to turn it, but he can't do it. Number 20, Ralph Salvaderi, tripped up Pon-Ampha. He was the last man to beat. Ampha just couldn't turn it around Ralph Salvaderi. So great defensive play for the Huskies, and that's going to set up 3rd and about 8. This time, Elmore is going to take the ball and roll out to his left. He's going to throw. He's got Freddie Davis, and Freddie Davis has got a Garnet first down. Out near the 50, a big completion right on the money from Willie Elmore to the junior Freddie Davis, number 85, and Rye has the ball at the 48-yard line. So Freddie Davis had a step on number 7 for the Huskies, Joe Basso. Rye with a first down. Torregrossa, the ball carrier. He's going to be hit right away by the center of the Husky line. Number 41 is going to step up and help out on the play. That's Rich Salerno, one of the Husky captains. He's a senior. The Huskies are very solid at that linebacking position. Ralph Salerno, Tino LePain. Here goes Merlino, Vinny Merlino, with a nice gain of about 4. And that's going to set up third and, let's call it, about 4 yards for the Garnets. As they get into Husky territory, they have the ball at the 47. So Rye took over on their own 27-yard line. They have the ball down to the Husky 47. So Rye has moved the football here early in the third quarter. Once again, it's a game of field position, and the Garnets have come out of their own end with the football. And there goes Ponampa, and he's going to have a Garnet first down all the way down to the Harrison 39. So Ponampa ran a scissors. They're going to spot the ball at the 40. It's going to be another first down for the Garnets. Garnet's in the eye. Elmore's going to pitch to Merlino. Merlino's going to run to the right side. He's going to get stripped, but he's going to get the ball back. Vinny Merlino with great reflexes. He was stripped by Joey Basso, number 7, but he leaned back on the ball, and he wound up gaining about 3 yards. So looked like Vinny Merlino had a little more running room, but he fell right on that ball. Good play by Merlino after being stripped. 2nd and 7 for Rye. Rye this time in the power eye. And it's going to be a counter to Ponampa. Ponampa is going to jump forward, and he's going to be out close to a first down, a little short. And that's going to set up third and about 1. So the Garnets are getting into 4th down territory. They have to get the ball just about to the 30-yard line to get a first down. So it's going to be 3rd and about 2 for Rye. Here comes Merlino on the pitch. Merlino is going to be stopped up close to a first down, and he may have it. Let's see what the spot is. It's going to be marked a little bit short. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard for Rye. They have to get the ball right to the 30-yard line in order to make a first down. You can see the football resting about 1 football length short of the 30-yard line. So big play in the ball game. Merlino, he's going to have a first down and more. He's going to have about 5 yards. So Rye has the ball driving in Harrison territory. They've eaten up about 6 minutes here in the third quarter. Harrison hasn't yet touched the ball. So a gain of 5 by Merlino. Clock continues to roll. Garnets driving to take the lead in the football game. have the ball at about the 26. Again, Merlino is going to be the ball carrier. Vinny Merlino is going to cross the 25 and have a gain of about 3. So that'll set up 2nd and 8. Rich Salerno in on the tackle for Harrison. No mistakes in this ball game yet by the Garnets. They've played an outstanding, mistake-free football game. They knew they had to do this to win the game. Elmore looks to throw. He has Davis open and he overthrows him, but Freddie Davis was the intended receiver on that pass by Willie Elmore. That'll set up 3rd and 8. Third and 8 for Rye. Once again, this time Elmore rolls to the left, throws a screen intended for Molino, and that's going to be incomplete, almost a lateral. So Rye with a 4th down. There. Let's see where the line of scrimmage is. That is the the 25-yard line. So Rye needs to get down about 8 yards for a 1st down. Let's see what they do here. Rye, with their best scoring opportunity of the ball game, have driven all the way down into Husky territory. On 4th down, Elmore goes back. He gets rushed, steps up, has a man open, and Ampha, touchdown! It looks like a touchdown, and it is a touchdown. So Rye is drawn first blood with 4:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Garnets have taken a 6-0 lead over the heavily favored Harrison Huskies. So Pon Ampha with an outstanding catch in the corner of the end zone, and Rye has taken the lead. Scott Tillis on to attempt the extra point. This Rye crowd is going crazy as the snap is up and the kick is up, and it's right through the middle, and Rye leads 7-0 in the ball game. So, ladies and gentlemen, these Garnets are playing a great football game here this afternoon. Win, lose, or draw, they're giving the Harrison Huskies everything they can handle. A 76-yard scoring drive by the Rye Garnets to start the 2nd half. They used up 7 minutes of clock, and they just pushed the ball down the throats of the Harrison Huskies. So, there's the kick by Feeney. It's going to be fielded by Joey Basso. Joey Basso is going to be tackled, but he's going to have the ball out to about the 35-yard line. There's a flag on the play, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what the flag is. It's a clip against Harrison. So that big ball they call momentum is really rolling the Garnets' way here in the 3rd quarter. Harrison finds himself trailing, and they're going to have really poor field position to start their first drive of the 3rd quarter. So it's been all Rye here in the 2nd half. So it's going to be first and 10 for Harrison. I don't know what's going on with these yard markers. I think it's going to be 1st and 20. But Salvaderi's going to get the ball, and Salvaderi's not going to have any place to run.
yard markers down there. Was that supposed to be first and 20? No, I guess not.
So that was a 1st and 10 play, and there was a gain of about a yard by Ralph Salvaderi. So 2nd and 9 for Harrison. This time, Canonico is going to go back to pass. Looks like he's trying to set up a screen, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Sammy Maldonado. Canonico hit hard on the play by Corrado and Pino, who rushed. The Huskies tried to set up a screen, and it was diagnosed by the entire Garnet defense. So 3rd and 9, another key defensive play in the ball game for Rye. Another stoppage here by the Garnet defense, and Rye's going to have great field position to start another drive. And it's going to be a draw to Salvaderi. Salvaderi still on his feet. He's still on his feet. They try to ankle tackle him. A great run by Ralph Salvaderi. It looks like he's got enough for a 1st down. He bounced off about 4 Garnet tacklers. The Garnets just couldn't wrap him up, but there was a hard running Ralph Salvaderi on that play. He's going to give the Huskies a 1st down. So that was a big play by the Harrison offense. Salvaderi did it all on his own. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Frank Canonico is the Harrison quarterback, Sam Maldonado the fullback, and Ralph Salvaderi the tailback. Salvaderi again gets the ball, and this time Salvaderi is not going to gain anything. He's going to be swarmed under by Carlos Martinez. Jason Black, number 82, also went on a tackle for the Garnets. A stunned Harrison crowd sits there watching their Huskies on the short end of a 7-0 score to the Rye Garnets. Salvaderi turns the corner. Salvaderi looks to accelerate, and a nice run by Ralph Salvaderi as he's going to get near the yardage. It is going to be the yardage for a 1st down. So another 9-yard run by Salvaderi. The Huskies are going to their meal ticket here. Ralph Salvaderi. So the ball's out to the 42-yard line. Harrison gets set. They're lined up in the I. This time it's going to be Sam Maldonado. Sam Maldonado is going to get tackled as he crosses the 45, a gain of about 3. Once again, Sam Maldonado, the Harrison fullback, is only a freshman. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. He's a hard-running ball carrier who will be the tailback for the next 3 years. So I know Coach Art Troilo and his staff feels that he's going to break several of the Harrison rushing records before his days are over here at Harrison High School. 2nd and 7. Salvaderi is going to be met. He's going to lose a yard. That was Wasson, the tackler for Rye, number 60. Mike Wasson, Fabiano Pino, and Rob Corrado also in on the play. So 3rd and 8. Another big play for the Rye defense is the clock is winding down here on the 3rd quarter from Feely Field in Harrison. Canonico fakes the handoff, rolls out right. Corrado is going to rush him, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 1. So Harrison has 4th and about, let's call it a long 7. He got back just to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained about a ½ a yard. So Rye should get the ball back once again in good field position.
4's in now, coach. That was 4's in. They're punting. 4's in.
Nobody back deep for Rye.
Punting, coach. Get back there.
Nobody back deep for Rye. Let's see how that ball bounces. It's going to take a fairly decent bounce for the Huskies, and it's going to be out of bounds at about, let's see where the official marks it, the 27 again. So I think about 4 or 5 different Garnet series have taken their inception from the 27, 28 yard line. That's where Rye has gotten the football about 4 or 5 times today. The last time they drove for 7 minutes and got on the board. Now there's 33 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Rye will take over again. I'm sure Coach Dino Gar would love to see another 7 or 8 minute drive here. There's Vinny Merlino. Merlino looking for running room, doesn't find any. He's going to get about a yard on the play. So no gain on that play for Vinny Merlino and the Rye Garnets. 2nd and 10, and the clock is winding down. That may have been the last play of the 3rd quarter. And it will be. That will be the end of the 3rd quarter. The only score in this game on a long touchdown pass from Willie Elmore to Pon Ampha. Scott Tillis kicked the extra point, and the Garnets lead at the end of 3, 7-0. We'll be right back with the 4th quarter in just a moment. Shut them out. 2nd and 10 for the Garnets as we start this 4th quarter. Willie Elmore is going to pitch to Vinny Merlino. Vinny Merlino has some running room. Vinny Merlino looking to go. Vinny Merlino with a nice run. And Rye will have a great start to this drive by Vinny Merlino. The ball is all the way down to the 44-yard line. A beautiful run by Merlino. Rye has been in total control of this 2nd half. They went toe-to-toe with the Huskies in the 1st half, filling each other out. It's been all Rye here in the 2nd half of football. Clock running with 11:35 to go in the ball game, and Rye with the ball and the lead. Now it's Joe Torregrossa. Joe Torregrossa with a nice run. And the Garnets are chewing up this Harrison defense and moving the football down the field. This is a great performance by this Rye team. This is shaping up to be one of the biggest upsets in favor of Rye in the history of this series, as Rye has the ball driving again at the Harrison 31-yard line, 1st and 10. We're now under 11 minutes. Here's Merlino. Merlino is tackled after a gain of maybe 1. It's very hard for me to stay neutral as I watch this ball game. As once again, Merlino, this time he hands off to Elmore. Elmore's got a man, and Freddie Davis, who was covered on the play by number 12, Frank Canonico. The ball was broken up at the last second by Canonico. That'll stop the clock. There's 10-11 to be played. So 3rd and a long 9 for Rye at the 30. Let's see what Rye decides to do here. There goes Amfa. Amfa tries to tiptoe through the middle, and he's going to have it up to about the 24-yard line, 26-yard line. So a short gain for Amfa, and there's going to be 4th down for Rye as the clock continues to tick. 9:52 left to go in the ball game. 4th down for Rye. 4th and 7. And the Garnets are going to take a timeout and talk it over. So we'll take a break with the players on the field and the score with 9:46 left to go in the ball game. It's the Garnets 7, the Huskies 0. A legal procedure is called. Oh no. Rye is lining up for a 45-yard field goal attempt by Scott Tillis. It's going to be a fake. Amfa is going to run around the right side. He's going to throw it across field. He had a man wide open and overthrew him. Oh my goodness. Jason Black was wide open at the 10-yard line. It was an exciting fake punt by Rye, fake field goal attempt. Amfa rolled around the right side and spotted Jason Black wide open on about the 10-yard line. But he just slightly overthrew him, and Harrison will get the ball back on their own 27-yard line. So once again, 27-yard line. This time it's the Huskies who put the ball in play. I gotta have one. Salvaderi with the ball. Salvaderi's in the open. Joe Tropiano missed him. There's Dan Marrera. Dan Marrera makes the play. No flags down. So that's the play that Harrison has been waiting for. Ralph Salvaderi, a game-saving tackle by Danny Marrera, number 21, all the way down at the 20-yard line. So let's see what that was. The ball is going to be at the 24. So Salvaderi went from his 27 all the way down to the 24 of Rye. So that's about a 51-yard run for Salvaderi. Once again, Salvaderi, this time he's going to have about 3. So no one said it was going to be easy. Salvaderi broke off his long run, but he did not score with that run, as he's done several times this season. He was dragged down by Dan Marrera, who so far has made the biggest defensive play of this game by stopping Salvaderi. 2nd and 7 for Harrison. And once again, it's Salvaderi. Salvaderi is going to be wrapped by Freddie Davis, and he's going to be thrown for a 3-yard loss. So Ralph Salvaderi gets up a little dazed. Freddie Davis with an outstanding tackle. 3rd and 10 for Harrison. Ball is at about the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. Harrison has to get all the way down to the 15 for a 1st down. Joey Basso split to the right for Harrison. Canonico is going to go back to pass. He's going to throw for Tino LePain. It's incomplete. That was Rich Salerno, number 41, the tight end for Harrison. And it's going to set up 4th and 10, so another one of those long series of big defensive plays in the game coming up. Here it is, 4th and 10 for Harrison. They line up in the eye again. Canonico back to pass. He looks deep, and it's going to be incomplete. And Rye will regain possession of the football with just a couple of ticks under 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. So the Rye defense, after that 51-yard by Salvaderi, this Rye defense is playing inspired football. Here come the Garnets out of the huddle. Quarterback Willie Elmore is going to hand off to Merlino. Merlino is going to get tackled by Sam Maldonado, the freshman, after he gains about a yard. So, 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run. The clock is the ally of the Garnets at this point in the ball game. 2nd and 10 for the Garnets. There goes Joe Torregrossa. Joe Torregrossa fighting for yardage. Has about 3. Joe Torregrossa running hard and low to the ground. Almost popped out. But he was tackled that time by 75 Lambiese. So it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Garnets as we're under 7 minutes. Here comes Ampa on a reverse. Ampa throws the ball. He had a man out there, and it's going to be intercepted. He had a man wide open, but he just couldn't get any oomph on the ball, and Harrison's going to get the ball back at about the 50. Rye would have been punting anyway, so they gained about 21 yards, 22 yards on that play. Ampa just couldn't get a good grip on that football and threw it up in the air. Dan Morera, number 21, had his man beat, but Ampa just couldn't get it out in space for Morera. And Harrison will take over just short of the 50. There's 6:26 left to go here in the ball game. Again, we'll tell you, Harrison in the eye. And Salvaderi is going to get the ball, and Salvaderi is going to be tackled after gaining about 3 yards. Make that a 4-yard gain for Ralph Salvaderi. Harrison with an undefeated season on the line. It looks like Coach Artie Troilo is going to live or die with this running game. Canonico hands to Salvaderi, and Salvaderi is going to get hit hard again by Freddie Davis, and he's only going to have about a yard. He's helped up on the play by Fabiano Pino, but Salvaderi is stopping to catch his breath. He's getting hit hard here this afternoon. A lot of these Harrison players are going both ways. There's about 35 guys on their roster, but many of the players on the field go both offense, defense, special teams. Sort of a golden dozen here for Harrison. Basso again split to the right. 3rd and 5 against Salvaderi. And Salvaderi again tripped up by Freddie Davis. And that's going to set up a 4th, and he's going to lose a couple. It's going to set up 4th and a long 6. So this Garnet defense has done everything asked of it today in this ball game. We're under 5 minutes, and it looks like Harrison is going to go for it here. Nico dropping straight back. He's tackled by Freddie Davis, and Rye has the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, there's only 4:27 left to go, and Rye has the ball on about the 48-yard line of the Huskies. First and 10 Rye. They're in the power I formation. Joe Torregrossa breaks out in the open. He's got about 11 and a first down. Rye really putting the screws to Harrison here this afternoon. A major upset in the making. The most impressive part of this whole performance is the fact that it's a shutout. This Harrison team has been scoring 35 to 40 points every week, week in, week out. Just stampeding all their Class B opponents, but it's been all right here this afternoon. Willie Elmore, once again to Torregrossa. Torregrossa breaks out in the open, and Torregrossa's got another first down. That's going to be the 4-minute warning, and ladies and gentlemen, Rye has the ball down with a first down at the Harrison 25-yard line with 4 minutes to be played, and now the clock will start running. First and 10 Rye. There's Joe Torregrossa again. This time not too much running room for Joe Torregrossa. And he's going to have no gain. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, but the clock is going to continue running. There's 3:16 left to go. Joe Torregrossa lost about a half a yard on that play, so it's going to set up 2nd and 11. Rye using all the clock it can. We're under 3. It's 2:55 left to go. There's Parnantha. He's going to have some positive yardage, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 3. So Parnantha on the scissors play has a short gain. Harrison's going to take a timeout to talk it over, and we'll take a break with 2:39 left to go in the ball game. The score is still Rye 7, Harrison nothing. 3rd and 8 for Rye. There's the pitch to Merlino. Merlino bobbled the pitch, stays on his feet, and gains about 3. So that was a near fumble. So the ball is down close to the 20, and it's going to be another timeout. And we'll take a break with 2:29 left to go in the ball game. The score is still Rye 7, Harrison nothing. Up. Scott Tillis will apparently attempt a 38-yard field goal. Chris Feeney will be the holder. There's the kick. It's up. And it is no good. Almost. It looked good. It just went wide. So Scott Tillis really gave it a great try, and Rye still leads 7-0. That one would have iced the ball game. It had the distance, but it just went wide to the left. So now there's 2:25 left to go in the ball game. The Huskies will take over from their own 20-yard line, so 80 yards away from tying the ball game. Canonico will hand to Salvaderi. Salvaderi breaks out in the open, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and there's going to be a face mask tacked on. So Ralph Salvaderi gained about 11 yards, and there's going to be a 15-yard tack on for a face mask. That face mask penalty will give Harrison a first down at their own 47-yard line. Clock is running under 2 minutes. And that looks like it's going to be an illegal procedure, but it's not called. There was movement. That whole Harrison line moved before the ball did, but that pass is incomplete. Intended for Basso. From the Rye 45, Salvaderi, the ball carrier. Salvaderi is going to be thrown for a loss by Jason Black. Jason Black with a great defensive play. And it's going to set up 4th and 8 for Harrison, 4th and 7.
Good back.
Okay, this is the whole season right here for the Harrison Huskies. 4th and a long 7. Canonico dropped straight back. It's going to be intercepted by Joe Tropiano, and Joe Tropiano is going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 10, and the Garnets are going to win this football game. Yes, Rye. What a great job by this Rye Garnet team and coaching staff. The Garnets will upset Harrison here this afternoon. A great, great, great win for the Rye Garnets here today. One of the best wins in the history of the series. I've seen about 40 of them, ladies and gentlemen, and it doesn't get any better than this. These young men have worked hard this whole year. They've done everything it took to be a victor in this game, and this is a moment in their lives that they will never forget. As Willie Elmore takes a knee. We're under a minute. Rye is going to make a clean sweep of it here this afternoon, and they are going to defeat the Harrison Huskies for the first time in 7 years. And it's going to be a real sweet one here at Feely Field. Not only are they beating Harrison, they're shutting them out, and they're depriving Harrison of an undefeated season. 36 seconds, there's the knee, and there's the game. A little scrappy play by Harrison, and that should be it. That's going to be it. Rye does not even have to run a play. The Garnets will come home from Harrison with a great, great victory. Look at this scene, ladies and gentlemen, as Ronnie Prada shows you these Rye players. What a great victory for the Rye Garnets. Look at the pandemonium on the football field as the Rye Garnets have defeated Harrison. We're just going to keep the camera on the action, and we're going to let the camera tell all the words from this point in. So from Harrison, my name is Jim Diani. Good luck to the Rye Garnets next week. And the final score, once again, Rye with 7, Harrison 0. was a nice interception there. In the field with assistant coach Tom Maloney. Tom, you've been involved with about 35 of these games. How does this one rate?
I'll tell you what, it's right up there with the best, Jimmy. And I'll tell you what, I know what it's like to be on to have the shoe on the other foot. I mean, we went in 2 of the last 6 years, and we were the ones that came in undefeated. And I'll tell you what, we took terrible defeats. Our kids were devastated. And I'll tell you what, it's about time the worm turned. As far as this victory is concerned, hey, I was fortunate enough to win as a player some 26 years ago. But believe me, when you're working with 27 kids and a staff and it's a whole team effort, I'd rather be in my position today.
Well, congratulations. It was an exciting, nail-biting win. Your team outplayed their team, and you deserved it. And I know how good you feel. And like the old song says, there'll be a hot time in the Old Town tonight. I'm
sure there will be. And you know what the thing is, I mentioned to Jimmy O'Toole a little while ago. This is the final clock ran out. He came over and he was asking me what it felt like. And I'll tell you what, it's an awful tough thing walking off the field losing to these guys. And unfortunately, the last 6 years, we had that feeling. We had that experience, I should say. And I'll tell you what, Dino and I, believe me, we've been carrying a cross for 7 years. And you know what? Here we are on October 26th on a beautiful day. And I can feel those demons just leaving me right now. Tell you what, the demons have left. I'll tell you what, we carried that cross for too long, and I'll tell you, Jimmy, I can't be any happier for everybody in Rye, the alumni, the fans, the people, just everybody, and especially the team and the whole community and Rye High School in general. Believe me, Duke, when I tell you, this is a treat.
Tommy, congratulations again, and as sort of the unofficial team general manager, your contract will be renewed next year.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
We're all looking for you, Tommy. Looking for you.
Coach Dino Gar, how does this one rate with some of the other outstanding victories?
Outstanding victories. You know, when we haven't won so long, this is going to rate right up there. But this was a win for all the Garnet teams that we didn't win. This is whenever Rye wins, it's for everybody.
You got that
all the
right.
Rye Garnets.
And what do you think were the keys in the ball game today? The defense played a great game.
You know, when you get a shutout, you can't ask for anything more. And the kids sold out. They really did. We talked about it. There's no holding back. And the game is very simple. You block and tackle, and if you do that better, you're going to win. And I thought we were the better team today.
I think you were too. And once again, I'm sure everybody who's watching this on Tuesday night is going to be thrilled with this victory, and I certainly am.